Hello friends, today we will see more topics on like Selenium and Core Java. So in Core Java I'm going to cover try catch and finally block, and in Selenium I'm going to cover point class concept and web element size. Fine. So today in Selenium we will try to cover two topics, and in Java we are going to cover try catch. So when you are executing your scripts, say that Selenium scripts, let me take one example. Say that this is my script and I want to perform some operation on web element. So first I will have to find the web element, then I will able to perform the operation. Say that I have put something wrong address, like intentionally or unintentionally I am putting here wrong values. Fine. So this line of code is going to throw some kind of exception. Fine. And your execute your script will terminate after line number 55. Say that I have written here SYSO control spacebar, and I have written something end of program. PROGRAM program. Fine. So I have written here end of program. So what will happen if this line of code will fail? So in that case, this code is not going to execute. This code will also not execute. This code will also not execute, and program will be terminated. So let me run this program, and after that I can explain. So that right click, run as Java application. Facebook page had open, but nothing else is performing. You can see if you go to script, as per timeouts I have given 10 seconds, so it will wait for maximum 10 seconds, and it is throwing some kind of exception. You can say the exception name is no such element exception. You can see over here it is coming no such element exception. Fine. So exception handling in Java, or so you can say it's a Java concept, but you can also use it Selenium with core Java. Fine. So how you are going to handle the exception? This line of code is throwing exception. So how will you come to know this line of code? You will see over here in line number last it is showing 55. So when you will click on this line, it will automatically switch to that line of code where the error has occurred. Fine. So I come to know, oh, error is coming into this section line of code. So what will happen? I will select this line of codes. Say that these are my disk code. I am going to know these are going to throw some kind of exception. So I will select those line of codes, and till here I am selecting only 3 lines like 55 to 60, and I am right clicking here and going to source, and no, I am surround with, going to surround with and I am clicking here like try catch block. You can see I am clicking on try catch block. So what will happen? A try block will be created, you can see, and try is always followed by catch method. So it's generally termed as try catch block, but it's a try block and catch method. Exception, it's a class in Java. You can see exception is a class and parent class of exception is throwable. Not parent class, you can say interface. Throwable is an interface, and that interface has been like implemented to exception class. So these are used for exception handling, you can say. So this is try block starting, this is try block ending, and I am putting here catch exception. And what will happen if some exception will occur? So my program will not terminate, it will move to catch method, and catch whatever the code you have written in the catch, that is going to run, and after that the next line of code will be going to execute. You can see over here in my earlier program execution, this code was not coming end of the program. No, nowhere it was there. You can see the nowhere it was there like end of program. And now I wanted to see like let me comment this line of code. First, if an exception will occur, so it will come to the catch block, or you can say catch method, and there you can put something as per your. So how you will come to know that you are in the catch block? So I am putting here Shisho, and after that control spacebar I am putting, and I am putting like we are in catch block. Fine. Now I try to understand the program flow will be like that. First it will come to from top to bottom, come to try block. Any exception will occur, then it will move to catch block. If any exception will not occur, so it will execute this line of code, and after that it will come to line number 70. So flow of the program would be like that. And here I would like to tell, if this exception, whatever the exception is being generated, if it is not able to handle in this catch, so you can put multiple catch. And we will come to know about the finally concept later, but let me go through this line of code so that you should be able to know about that. Let me re-execute. Now you can see earlier error were coming. Now this time we will not get any error. Let me minimize this code, and after that you will see here. Due to this line of code, exception will occur, so it's waiting for 10 seconds, and now when exception is occurred, so it is coming to catch block, so that's why the message is coming like we are in catch block. And after that, after catch block, it is coming to line number 70, and it is showing like we end of program. So this line of codes are being executed. Say that I am correcting this. Now there is no exception. So in that case, what will happen? First it will come to try block, and after that it will execute the codes of the try block. If no exception will be there, it will directly move to the line number 70, and rest of the program will be executed. So let me execute and try to explain you. See, my program is being executing, and like let me come to this. You can find it, no error is come, no error has come, so it's coming to try block, then after it is not going to catch block, and again coming out, and it's the line of code is being executed. Now we can do one thing. Fine. We can add the concept of finally. Finally is a block in Java. So it's not the method, it's a block. I have to. So if you are putting something into finally block, fine. So it means whether the exception is going to happen or not, in all the cases, it will be executed. Fine. We can have multiple catch block, but it there is only one finally block Java. So every time, if you want to execute like those line of codes that you want that it should run every time, whether the exception is happening or not, so you can put those codes into finally block. So we are just copying and paste and try to execute and explain. We are in finally block. Fine. You will see, I will try to explain one time the exception will occur and one time I will run with no exception. So in both the cases, you are going to see the use of finally block in Java. Let me run this code. This program has no exception, but I want to show you whether the finally block is going to execute or not. Let me minimize. I want to show this area. So it's coming like due to program, it's coming. See, there were no exception. There was no exception, but in that case also, we got this message that we are into finally block. Let's generate one exception. This time I am generating one exception. I am putting something manually and trying to generate some exception. I know this time exception is going to happen. So what will happen? What is first time it will when it will find the exception in line number 56. So it will directly jump to the catch block. Then after it will come to the finally block and then rest of the program. So try catch is like implemented when you want your program should terminate in a normal fashion, not in abnormal fashion. Abnormal means like in the middle of the program you don't want your program to be terminated. So that is called abnormal fashion. And if you want like proper execution should be done, if any error or exception is like occurred, so that should be handled. But in a proper manner. Fine. So we can implement like try catch block and to handle the exception. Error cannot be handled, but exception can be handled. Fine. So we will see some more examples. Here I want to show you like we are into catch block, we are into finally block, we are like end of the program. So these are some kind of why the messages are coming. Try to get this due to exception. It is like coming to catch block and like after that it's coming to finally block and after that the end of the program. So I would also like to explain the concept of e dot print stack. So you can see if any exception is like occurring, so there is no exception details are coming over here. But you want that exception details should be printed, but the program should not be terminated. So in that case, like we can take the help of whatever the exception instance we have taken, so that instance or dot print string, so it will like catch the exception details and it will print. So this line of code is going to print the exception on the console. Let me run this code so that I can explain you. due to line number 56 exception will come, and you can see when it will come to the line number 63. So first it will print the exception details, then after it will print. You can see over here, but program is not terminated. Exceptions details are being printed, but the program is not terminated. You can see my program is giving this line of code that we are into finally block and end of the program. So why it is coming? Because my program is not terminated. Due to this line of code, I am getting the exceptions detail printed over here. There are some more methods which you can use in catch block, like this is your exception instance. So e dot, just put the dot operator and try to find out like other methods of the exception. So these are some methods of the exception which you can use. So you can see throwable is coming, like throwable is an interface in Java. So the get cause, get localized message, get stack trace, get suppress, int cause, like lot of methods are there. So you can go through if it is required, and might be when you are googling it, so you will try to like you will come to know about different methods. So at that time it is required, but other case like we are just using the print stack, and in the most of the cases like syso, and we are using whatever the exception instance I have taken, like just e dot, let's wait, message. So this message, it's fine, and I'm commenting this e dot print stack. Let's have a look. One more thing I would like to explain, that there could be multiple catch block, but after try block, your manual script should not be there. So try should always be followed by catch, and catch should always be followed by finally. So this is the proper syntax. You should not change the system, like fine. You cannot put finally above the catch. So this is a proper sequence, like try is like block in Java, catch is method in Java, finally is block in Java. So these are like cases which you can use. So this time you can see the color are black. It means it's a printed system.out.println. So it's printing no such element, unable to locate whatever the exception it was coming. So it is being printed this time. Fine. So this was one scenario, and I would like to try to explore more on this. Say that what I will do, I will create one more class so that I can explain. Fine. I am taking array exception demo. What I am taking here, I am taking here int arr, say integer type array equal to curly bracket. I am taking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So you can see I have generated one integer type array, and there are 5 elements. So indexing should be, I always start with 0 and it will go to 4. 0 to 4. Indexing should be 0 to 4. Say that first time I am printing CISO ARR, and index of 3. Let's run this code. So it is coming here 40. Index is 3, it means indexing is 3, it means fourth element. So it is coming as 40. And what will happen if you try to put it 5 over here? You can see here what it is coming. It's coming as array index out of bound exception. I am deliberately creating one kind of exception, that is array index out of bound. So it's a kind of exception and you want to handle it. So how you are going to handle it? Just select the code, right click on it, go to surround, no, not surround, so surround with, go to surround, okay, surround with, its option name is surround with, and try multi catch block you can put over here. So like only single is coming, so that is also fine. And what will happen if any exception will occur? Let me remove this. I am putting here copy and paste, and I'm trying to just want to explain, so that's why I'm clicking here as a control click, control and mouse click, open declaration and open implementation. There are two things, so you just click on open implementation. It will show you some details, so that is also like informational details. You can see over here it's fetching the details and it will show you. It's taking time. Yeah, it has come now. Open implementation. Let's wait to fetch some details and we'll show. Yeah, it has come. You can see the first is the object, and after that it's throwable, and after that it's exception, and after that like different details are coming over here. You will try to explore, you will find lot of things over here. Lot of exceptions details are coming here. You can see over here. So how it's being implemented to different classes, interfaces, all such thing details are coming over here. Fine. And I will click on open declaration. If I give, then I can show you the declaration part. It is not giving, so no problem. What I am doing, I am putting here arithmetic. There is one exception like arithmetic exception. ARITHMET. You can see arithmetic exception is coming. I'm trying to explain you multi catch. So what will happen? If it will find the exception relevant to arithmetic, then it will not go to this exception. It will come out from here and then it will do the rest of the code. So let me put some C show so that you could explain. Like I am putting here end of the program. Fine guys. I am putting here end of the program and I am copying it I am putting it here into ARITH matic exception. Fine. I'm copying it. I'm putting it here. So if exception is not known to you, then you can write like that. It will work for all kind of exception. So what will happen in this case? First, let me explain. What will happen in this case? An exception will occur in try block, and it will look for whether it is matching with arithmetic. So it is not matching. So in that case, it is going to come to this block, like catch this block, and then after the rest of the program, it is going to work. So let me re-execute and try to show you. So my program is not terminated. It's like coming very fine because line number 26 has been executed. And what the part it is coming like? It's showing some exception in the program. You can see here coming some exception found in the program. Fine. We can comment this. We don't need. And what will happen? I will try to just put one more catch and want to explain you something like if arithmetic exception will find, then what will happen? Sorry, array index out of bound. This is the exception name, right? Let me copy this exception. Copy. So this is the exception coming, right? So you can put over here, right, like that. Array index out of bound exception. And also I'm updating the comment. That's fine. It's just a comment, so no problem. And like I will try to run. See what will happen. So my program is printing array index out of bound exception of the program. It's because like it's I have written over here, so that's why it is printing that line of code, and after that nothing else printed. It's just come out all of the try catch, and it printed like system.out.println end of the program. So this was like understanding, and one more question was like asked in the interview. They will be trying to confuse you, like can we have multiple try catch block in Java? So answer is yes, we can have. So they will be asking, can we have try inside try? So answer is yes. You can put like that for inside for which you are using. So try inside try is allowed. So like if you are having catch, so inside catch you can also put try. You can put anything like if, while condition, for loop, any condition you could put, whatever like line of code you want to put, you can put here. So it is not going to like restrict something like that. It will allow you to use that code. So this was one like a good explanation. And one thing else I would like to require, just I am, what I am doing, I am taking arithmetic exception from array index about, and I am putting over here. Arithmetic I am putting over here. And like re-executing the program, so nothing has changed. You can also put like that. And one thing else, try this, keep it on the top. You can see over here something error is coming, so that I wanted to explain you. Unable to catch, because what will happen, it will directly, if the order is not correct, so it's not allowed. So you have to remove this and you will have to put at the end, because no, if nothing is matching, then in that case it is going to work for all the exception. Fine guys. So these are like some examples which I wanted to explain you about try catch. And one more exception let me generate, so that let me comment this. No, that's fine. I can change it. Like I am putting here 3. So this time it is going to print. No exception will come. So it's working fine. But what will happen if I will divide it by 0? Say I'm putting it one division by 0. So what is going to happen? You can see division by 0. It means arithmetic exception is occurring. So this time it is printing this line of code, arithmetic exception, and like after that end of the program. So all such examples were there. And if you will try to explore more on the Google, you will find that there are two kind of exception. One is checked exception, one is unchecked. So checked exception are called like which you can come to know while compiling the program. So that are called check exception, and which exception are not being found in the compile time. So those exceptions are called like runtime exception. So there are multiple runtime exceptions, and these are one scenarios of that. And some input output operation like exception is called compile time exception. Say that if you are using thread.sleep, THREAD, thread.sleep, and you are putting 1000 here. So what will happen? Let me remove here and put it here. It will ask you to put declaration of exception. So you are putting declaration of exception. Fine guys. So these are called like basically checked type of exception. Interrupt exception, input output, whatever the file you are going to use. So at that case you are going to get like input output of exception. So those are called check exception, or which exceptions cannot be handled during compile time and they are handled during runtime. So those exceptions are called runtime exceptions in Java. And while working on the program, you will come to know about a lot of exceptions, and one by one try to explore, because in interview they are asking a lot of questions on the exception part, like why you are getting null pointer exception, why you are getting stale element exception, why you are getting element not interactable exception, why you are getting no such frame exception, why you are getting no such timeout exception, you no such attribute exception. So a lot of exceptions are there, and in interview they will be asking a lot of questions about exception. So you should know about the name of exception and why it is occurring. So you can give some examples like that. I got array index of bound exception, because array you will be working, and arithmetic exception might be the case you are going to get, but array, that the normal case you are going to get this. So I'm closing this topic in Java for today and trying to cover some selenium topics. Mhm. Let me open facebook.com, right? So facebook.com, you can see this is email box. Fine, this is first name box, this is email or phone box. If we right click and inspect, and if you will right click again or will try to right click, so something will appear, so that is going you to give the size. See here, inspect 150 by 23 just has appear and disappear. You can see over inspect, you can see over here 150 by 23 it is coming here, 150 into 23. So what is that? It was the size. Say that right click inspect, and I'm coming here 194 into 39 it is showing. Fine guys, if we are taking this element, any element you can take, right click inspect, and when we are mouse traversing, so it's 170 by 34. So that the information it is coming for each and every web element. Fine. So how you are going to do get it via program? How you are going to get it via program? Fine. So there are some techniques via which we can get. In last program I have shown you like concept of dimension. So I will try to explain more about that topic and how you are going to get the size of like any web element via dimension. Earlier I have explained you to get the size of window, set the size of window. Fine. Now today I'll try to explain more on that topic, and after that I will come to the point class in Selenium. See, this is like get size method and it's like going to give you dimension type. Fine. So you can directly print or you can store it and print it later. Fine. So both are the cases. What I did in this program, I have not written like Selenium system.set property because in my system I have already set the path for the drivers. Let me explain that thing so that you should come to know how I have set. Right click, say that you have computer. Fine. So go to PC, go to system properties, go to advanced system properties and go to environmental variables, go to path. So in path like edit, you can see my windows, I have Windows 10, so I have got this kind of option. If you are using Windows 7 or Windows 8, so you will get the direct one dialog box in which you can directly add the path. So like this is the path I have added, like C driver browser driver. So what is this? I have kept all the browsers exe file into a common folder driver and I have like browsers driver. So this is my for Chrome driver, this is for Gecko driver and this is for IE driver server. Fine. So I have put all the latest exe file for the driver and I have gave the path. This is the path you need to just add. You can add this path in your system's advanced system setting. So once you will be adding, like how you are adding environmental variable, go to the path, first go to the path and try to edit. Then after edit, try to new and just paste that path. Oh, it's coming not copied, but I have already pasted here. You can see just pasted C driver. So that is why I don't need to write each and every time that line of code that you required each and every time to write. So I have just written like web driver equal to new Chrome driver, and after that I have launched the Facebook. Then after that I got the web element. So this is the web element and via dot get size I am getting the size. I can store it somewhere. So if I want to store it somewhere, like I'm giving the name variable, fine, and the type of variable is dimension because get size is going to give you dimension. It's very simple. Like first time, if you are not using first time, then it is very simple. First time, like people used to think, oh, what is dimension? Dimension is a class in Java. Class in, you can say Selenium because it is coming org openqa Selenium dimension. So it's a dimension class in Selenium. So I am storing it somewhere and I can later on I can print the value. Say that SYSO, control spacebar, and I am just passing this var. Or I can directly copy this line of code and put it into system.out.println. So this and this will work as the same because I have given here just calling name. So via this calling name, this line of code would be replaced during runtime. Fine. So it's a shortcut, you can say. You can use shortcut or you can use like full line of code via this. So there are other methods like height, width. So methods are here and these are variables. Via this you can get the size. Just I have shown you the size of that email field. Let me run. First it will launch the browser, open the URL, then after that it is going to give the size of that web element. You can see the size which I am getting it for email field. So I have taken email field as web element and I am going to get the size. This is for email, right? So right click, inspect. It's coming 160 into 24. So it's 160 into 24 it is coming here. You can see here. Right click, inspect, just mouse over 160 into 24. So it's coming over here 160 into 24. Fine guys. So same thing, I'm printing it with different methods like get size dot height, get size dot width is also there, get size dot get height and get width. So get height is like giving you the integer type, height is giving you the integer type, so it's a directly value, and it's like dimension type, so it's coming into the bracket. You can see the difference is like that. Is a single value it is coming, or 4 lines of code are giving you the single line of values, single values, and like get size is going to give you like dimension. So it's 160 into 24 dimension is being printed. So this was like one more concept, and I'm going you to give the concept of point class in Java. I have designed some demo or not. Fine, no problem. I will design more and more. Let me just copy this line of code. Copy and paste demo 2. Let me open Facebook. After that I can explain you. See, I have opened the Facebook, and you want to set the position. So position, how you are going to set? Size, you have seen like whatever the size you want, you can open the size. Position, it means like from where you want to start. Say that horizontal there or there or there or there. So whatever the position you want, you can use the positions. Fine. So you should know about the concept of point class. I'm using here equal to new point, point, and in this I'm going to give you like points. Say that points are in pixel. I'm using here 100, 200, and I'm putting here semicolon. I want to give you a shortcut, so I am using a name, shortcut name like var2. I am giving here name. Any name you can give as per your convenient. Create a local variable, so it's a local variable created, and again red symbol are coming, so some compile time error. So you have to import point from selenium. Selenium points has been imported. You can see over here. OpenQA Selenium has been imported. Fine. So how you are going to use this point? First, let me print SYSO. Why I am going to do that? You have to explain this. Just printing. See, I have created one point type. Point is a class. It is coming as C. C, it means class in Java. Point is a class in Java. And explain more. I want to explain you more. Just hold on. Control plus mouse click. Open implementation. Implementation, it's not coming. Let's try for declaration. Declaration also not coming. So you will have to Google it out. Or you will have to go on seleniumhq.org site. So where there you can get. You can open WebDriver. So that's like one good. Open declaration, open implementation. Implementation of WebDriver, you can see. WebDriver has been implemented to event firing WebDriver, HTML unit driver, remote WebDriver, and remote WebDriver has been implemented to this classes. You can see these are the classes in which you can say remote WebDriver class. Remote WebDriver is a class has been implemented. So WebDriver is implemented here, and these classes are extended to these classes. Only this class has been extended to these classes. Fine. So all are from Selenium. Just you can try these things. These are tricky. Just open implementation, control and click. If it is showing, then you can. Otherwise, you have to Google it out. So how I'm going to use this? Fine. If you want to use driver dot manage dot window dot, you can say POS set position. Fine. You can use set position. Fine. So set position, and in this it is asking for point type argument. Let me re-explain that. Just have a look. Point type argument. What is it is asking for? It is asking for point type argument. So just pass the point type argument. Argument I have already created. Fine. So this is the argument I can pass, and there is one another way how you are going to do that. You can directly copy right side because it's a shortcut. It's a shortcut. You can directly copy it from here, right side, and you can paste it here. So this is also a shortcut, and this, like, there is no difference between this and this. Fine, guys. So there is no difference between this and this. This and this will work as the same. Let me first comment this. I'm not opening like facebook.com. Let me run. See, position has been set, automatically set. I have not done anything, like position has been set. Now do one thing. First time I have set the position 100, 200. Next time I'm setting the position as 150 and 500. Fine. And between two, I am putting some wait condition like thread dot sleep. THREAD thread dot sleep. And it is asking for throw declaration. So I have put one throw declaration like interrupt exception. Let me run this code so that you can see what it is happening. First time it was like 100 200 position. Now it has been shifted to 150 500 position. You could do one thing like, let me comment this. First time I'm putting 0 here for horizontal position. So horizontally it is 0, but vertically, horizontal left spacing is not there, but vertically it's like giving the space as 200. So you can see, like you can put minus 2000. There is one code, and vertical like 0. So at that time the window is minimized. I have already used this code in previous programs, but I wanted to explain you more on that. So it's minimized, you can see. It's minimized. If we want to maximize, then what we'll have to do? Driver.manage.window.maximize. So after 3 seconds, it will maximize. You can see first it was minimized, then it was maximized. So it's working fine, guys. So this was like concept I wanted to give you, and there could be many concepts. Tomorrow again we are going to have the class, and tomorrow we'll try to cover frame, and if we will be having time, then we will try to cover more web elements like calendar, web table, dynamic web table, static web table. We will have these topics like Ajax based elements, like when you are trying to find something in google.com. So normally auto suggestions are coming there. So those are called Ajax elements. So how you are going to handle that? So those are also called dynamic elements because it's not a static. So those are dynamic elements, and how you are going to handle that. So those kind of elements, we will see some more topics on that, and try to find like if I have missed some particular kind of web element to be handled. And once like frame would part be completed now, so I will give you one task like go to way2automation.com, not way2automation, just go to jQuery. One site is jQuery. QUERY jQuery. This is the site. This. Yeah.
Hello.
I've just copied somewhere jQuery.
Audible?
In that there were a lot of objects there. No? Yeah, I think this was the site. And where are those objects? Demo objects were there. Yeah, UI, jQuery UI were there, and there are a lot of things log which can be handled by actions class. So draggable. So basically, this is frame as of now. So first you will have to get the knowledge of frame, then only you can handle this kind of elements like drag it to this location, droppable, click and drag and drop here, resizable, you can resize it. So this kind of operations you can perform. We'll try to explore no in next classes. Fine guys. So its site name is jqueryui.com. Remember it. So thank you guys. Thank you for today's class, joining today's session, and let me know if anyone has any query.